Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be kind of filming an explanation video. So basically it all started back in January when I started YouTube again. Basically I filmed a video on the 1st, January the 1st, so New Year's Day, and I was just like really excited to come back, and then that only lasted about a month and like 6 days until I quit YouTube again. And honestly, through these tough times through the world with COVID and quarantines and things like that, it really has occurred to me that I really want to come back to YouTube, and I think that it's about time. And I don't want to like take it for granted. I know that, you know, not a lot of people have the opportunity to do this. And so basically I just kind of wanted to give you a life update, and yeah. So basically about, goodness, how long was it? Let's see, June, May, April, March. About 4 months ago, I cannot believe it's been 4 months. 4 months ago, I live in the US, and so basically about 4 months ago is when we started hearing about COVID. It didn't start getting bad until the end of March, and then April was horrible. I would say I would like it to be a blur, but it's all like, you know, it's kind of like me living through the Titanic. Like I will never forget this. So basically, let's start back in March. So when the world started shutting down, it was really weird. I had never missed 2 weeks of school. I had never missed, you know, like I never realized I took so much stuff for granted until I could not get out of my house. So basically my parents had just gotten back from a cruise. They left March 1st and they came back March the 7th. So they were gone a full week. And so I stayed with my grandparents, and through that time, we really did not hear about COVID. We knew it existed, we never thought that we would be in isolation. And so basically we thought it was just like another sickness, like the flu or strep. We didn't really think anything of it, and we never thought it was really going to hit the US. So basically, my parents go on the cruise. No one talked about it, no one wore masks, no one asked questions about where you had been and things like that. So they go on their cruise. Me and my brother stay with my Mimi and Papa. So basically, we stay with my Mimi and Papa, me and my brother do. We're happy, go lucky, you know, we're super excited that we get to like be out of the house. But even on the news, they weren't even talking about it. I mean, they introduced it, but they were still talking about politics. They were still talking about all of that. As a matter of fact, I vlogged some at my Mimi and Papa's. Maybe I could share the videos with you and the videos through quarantine. I may and I may not, because they were kind of cringy. But basically, all of this was just going on, and I was going absolutely, like, I was fine until like the second week of spring break, and then I was going absolutely crazy. So basically my parents get back, they tell us all about it, and you know, nothing really is said about COVID. And then first week of spring break comes, we're all super excited. I go with my cousins, we go to the movie theater, and we go see a Disney film because I was with my baby cousins, and I got to spend the whole day with them. I was so excited, I love them so much. So basically, the day after I'm with my cousins, me and my mom have a chiropractor appointment, and this was March the 10th. And so, you know, we're still happy, we're still go lucky, and everything is perfect. We go to our chiropractor appointment, then we go to Bell's. We went shopping, and because I have grown like 5 inches since last year, and so I've needed clothes, and we were just shopping because they were going out of business. And so we were just shopping, having a mother-daughter day. So we, you know, like, we go to our appointment, no one's wearing masks, because it never occurred to anyone that we were going to shut down. Basically, we go have lunch. I think that was the last time we got to eat lunch at one of our favorite restaurants. We still haven't got to go back there. But basically we go eat lunch, everything's fine. We go with my grandparents, and you know, no one's talking about it. Everyone's just having a nice lunch, and you know, we know everyone in this restaurant because we're there a whole bunch. After I get out of school, we go eat lunch there, you know, everything like that. So basically, after all of that, the next day comes, so the next day comes. It's kind of the same thing. We get out, we go run errands, and you know, it's just the same. It's kind of like the same as it was the day before. We go eat lunch. I think we went to Chick-fil-A that day. We went to go shopping. We went to run errands. Nothing ever crossed our minds that we would be quarantined. Basically, again, the next day comes. It's now March the 12th, and I am helping my Mimi. We went to one of our good friends' house. My Mimi is an interior designer, so I went to go on a job with her, but it just so happened that this was our like best friend's house. So we went there and we spent like 4 hours there helping, and we were so like, it was just a normal conversation. I mean, we talked about it, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't really a thing yet. So we get home from my Mimi's client's house, which again was our best friends, and we're still best friends. But you know, then I'm like, hey, can I go swimming? Because I've always been a polar bear. Her pool is not heated. It is, you know, the temperature that it is. So she's like, sure, if you can handle it. So I went swimming, and little did I know that would be my new hobby. I've always loved swimming, but I especially loved it because that's the only thing I could do. So basically, the weekend comes and we start hearing stuff about COVID. My brother's school gets canceled. I originally had 2 weeks off of spring break, and he just had the 1, but because of COVID, my brother had the 2nd week of spring break, so we both had our spring break. Basically, the plan was for me and my mom to go shopping the 2nd week of spring break so I could have more clothes, because I need clothes. I only have 6 shirts in my closet that fit me. So basically, that's not gonna happen. We spent the whole weekend home, which was starting to get a little annoying because, you know, I don't like spending a day in my house, let alone a couple days. So basically, we had no idea what was to come. So basically, that Monday comes. It's now the 17th, and we go to the grocery store. That is the last time, y'all, I have been to the grocery store. I have not been since March 17th, and I miss it. So basically, we went there. There was a lot of, like, there was some people wearing masks, but there wasn't a lot. There was a lot of stuff gone. I'm not sure how it is now. My mom has been there, but she hasn't, like she's stocked up, but they're limiting everything because they're scared we might have to go into another like repeat of March, which I hope. Donald Trump said he would not shut the country down again, so thank you. But basically, everything was so weird. It didn't feel like normal. You could tell that it was probably the last time that I would even be like set foot in a grocery store for a very long time. And it was. And I actually ended up vlogging that day too. So basically, I might put those vlogs in. I'm not sure if I would, but basically everything kind of went downhill from there. My school got canceled the next day, and I cried for a very long time, and the plan was to go back April the 3rd, And so we get to April 3rd. Then Trump makes an announcement that everything has to be closed until April 30th. We're like, but what about school? But you know, it was a really good decision. And basically our governor decided to shut schools down for the rest of the year and just go online school. And online school, I love school, but online school, it was dark. It was hard, okay? Like, it wasn't dark, but like, it was so hard. So I started online school a week after my brother did. So I started March 30th for online school, and I liked it the first day because, I mean, I kept my same schedule, but it was just so weird. And then after that, it got boring because I was like, I'm not at school, I'm not with my friends. I see my friends, but that's not the same. It's on screen, it's not the same as in person. So basically all of that, and you know, me and my friends are FaceTiming, and then dance got canceled, and I'm like, what the heck? So basically we were doing it on Zoom, and I'm not sure if you've ever danced. I've been dancing since I was little. I'm very dedicated to it. It is so hard to learn a dance over Zoom when, you know, you freeze or anything like that. And so I did dance in the garage, and I had a really bad reception in there. So basically my birthday comes. My birthday is April 10th, and so I celebrate in isolation. So we go over to my Mimi and Papa's house. You know, we have hamburgers and hot dogs. We were gonna go to the Riata in like a city, because we don't live in a city. We live in a town out in the country. So basically, you know, that didn't happen. So I was like, hey, let's do hamburgers and hot dogs, because it was a big birthday for me. It was a milestone. And so I was so excited for the hamburgers and hot dogs. My Mimi made a homemade strawberry cake, and it was so good. And like, we put like the age that I was turning, or that I am turning. And so basically all of that, I had an amazing birthday. And then after that, it just, like, after my birthday, there wasn't really anything to look forward to after that. Then Easter comes. It was really, because we always spend Easter Sunday at church, and it was really different because we weren't at church, and you know, everyone was online in their PJs. So that was different. But I think like what really got me is my family loves to hug. We are the huggiest family, and so not hugging, not being social was probably the hardest thing that I had to do. And so basically it was all of that, and you know, it was hard, and it was hard. That's all I can say, because I'm a very social person. I love like being with people. I am not a homebody at all. I can only last like 2 hours in my house, and then I have to get out. And if I could drive, I would be driving around the neighborhood. But when we went into mandatory lockdown, March 24th, you were not allowed to be out of your house. You could exercise, but that was about it. And so we started walking, and we walked, gosh, it got dark at like 7:45. But that was in March, and now it gets dark at like 9. So basically we walked, and we walked until like June, when you know, we could get out and go places, but we were still walking. And that was probably one of the greatest things that a human could do. We were just walking, we were exercising. I couldn't see my friends for a little bit, but after everything kind of started opening up, I got to ride bikes with my friends. I rode my bike with my brother and my dad, and then my Mimi and Papa and Mom walked, and everything like that. It was so fun. It's so weird how you look forward to the littlest things, and then the days that it was raining, it was really hard. I will say I love rainy days, but it was really hard because when the days that were raining, you couldn't do anything. I couldn't go swimming. So basically my body has been telling me it's been summer since March. Where I live, we really don't get like a spring or a fall. We just jump into summer and winter, and that's basically where, yeah. So right now everything's opened up again. I finally got to go be with my girlfriends from school. Shout out to them. And then I also got to be with my best friend. I've known her since she was 3. We shared the channel together, Livin' Mad, Olivia. But basically, we got to go to the Dearleys, and we stayed there for a couple days, and we rode 4-wheelers, and we were wild because we've been, you know, cooped up. I'm really surprised we didn't bring Tannerite down there and blow something up. Like, that's normally what we do at the Dearleys, and I'm really surprised we didn't do it this time. But to sum everything up, I am coming back to YouTube. I've missed you guys. I love you guys. Right now, we're starting to, like, our governor just announced that it's mandatory to wear masks because we live in a southern state, and it's starting to get really bad down here again. My county hasn't had any deaths in like 3 weeks, but we have 901 cases. And I remember when we had 10 cases and we were all like freaking out. But hopefully, and I go back to school in 6 weeks. I'm really excited to go back to school. I haven't been to school since March the 5th. And so I'm really excited to just go back to school, see my teachers, and I have to get out of this house. Basically, tonight's church fireworks, and then tomorrow is 4th of July. I will be vlogging. This will just be a separate video. So I'm really excited to share the vlogs with you and share some of the videos that I have filmed previously, and maybe I'll share the videos from quarantine. I'll share a couple. I'm not gonna share a ton, but yeah. Well, with all of that said,